What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Three Clarks Podcast. I am your host, Dwayne, alongside.
It's Shantae, and that was so unenergetic.
How's that unenergetic? I was getting it.
Everybody.
Man, what are you talking about? That was awesomeness. Awesome sauceness.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, that's how it was. It's awesome sauceness. I was getting it in. What's going on with you today, Shantae? It's another Thursday and a lot of crazy stuff going on. Today's show, are we living in the Matrix?
Today's show or today's show?
That's what I said. Today's show title, are we living in the Matrix?
I mean, what kind of crazy stuff is going on?
There's plenty of stuff, but before we get into the topics and whatnot, let's go ahead and see what you got going on with you.
I have nothing going on.
Nothing? Nothing?
I mean,
nothing?
Not really. I was really just chilling, and I went to see Alana Falana today.
For the viewers who don't know, who's Alana Falana?
That's my new little niecey poo.
And you call her Alana Falana?
That's her nickname.
Where would you get Falana from? Alana Falana. Her name is Alana. And you call her Alana Falana?
That is correct.
And that nickname is to represent what?
It represents how I feel. Alana Falana. Falana makes me feel happy when I say it.
What is a Falana?
What I said it to be. Don't question my nicknames.
Okay. Gotcha.
Is there a reason why you're questioning my nickname?
No reason why I'm questioning. I'm just questioning why you're saying Alana Falana.
Or are you just trying to waste time?
No, I'm not trying to waste time. I'm just trying to see what's going on. Well, there is something going on, people, if y'all didn't know. The one and only child that we brought into this world has a birthday coming up on Sunday. So I want to make sure I say it on the show. Happy birthday, Miss Rachel Danielle, on your 11th birthday. You know,
11 going on 35.
35. Yes. Because these children with these attitudes and the way they grow
Not
up.
even attitude. She just, she thinks she's supposed to be doing it big on her birthday.
She thinks she had a week.
Birthday winning weekend.
Birthday winning week. Yeah, she's on a birthday winning weekend. She's got dinner plans. She's got plans with her family, plans with her friends. Then she got another dinner plan she got on her actual birthday. So it's like we did something on Friday.
Actual birthday. I was thinking we could. I was like, wait a minute now.
So y'all have children that act this way, and when they are 10, 11, or teenagers, they're like, okay, well,
she doing the most.
This is what I want to do. This is what I want to get. Help hook me up with this. I was like, okay, because nowadays they are more spoiled than we were, but they have more access to stuff. You know, I don't even. You know what? I think even if parents that had money back in the days, which ours did not really have money. But they were able to take care of us.
I was a first kid. My parents ain't have no money like that.
No money like that, but they able to pay their bills, take care of us, feed us, you know, and show
why
we're
are
good.
you explaining their financial situation? Just say
we're not saying we have poor parents now. Our parents ain't poor.
Listen, my parents was just trying to figure it out, okay?
Okay, well, you gonna put your parents like that. My mom was figuring it out. She had 3 of us. I wasn't the middle child. I was the middle child.
Dwayne was the middle child.
I wasn't the first. So I'm saying
my parents were figuring it out with me.
I guess access electronics is different nowadays because you know what me and Jeffrey got a Nintendo that was for Christmas for us to share when the first Nintendo came out. That was the greatest thing that ever happened to sliced bread. So
the greatest thing that ever happened since sliced bread.
Yeah, the Nintendo.
Okay.
Did you leave the door open?
Maybe.
Nope. Okay. So you got the Nintendo. So were you into electronics when you were a kid?
Not really. I mean, my dad was always a little geek for the tech. Mm-hmm. So we always had a computer. We always had that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not really into it. I was really into the arts, you know. My parents had me in piano lessons and doing the band at an early age, and I was singing in the choir. So I was really kind of an artsy girl, not really into electronics all like that.
Well, the first computer I remember we had was a Commodore 6400. I don't know if y'all remember that. Commodore, these computers used to take cassette tapes. The video games used to be cassette tapes.
Video games used to Commodore.
Yeah, so the programs you would put a cassette tape in, and they would get you your programs.
I really don't remember that.
Yeah, that was back in 87, 86.
We had an IBM. I remember we had, was it floppy disk that we had?
We had one with floppy disk too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was floppy disk that we had.
Mm-hmm. So okay, yeah, the floppy disk that was the Oregon Trail, because they had a couple of computers in school and it was a new thing, and it was like, oh, okay, you can play Oregon Trail, and what was it? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
That was a video game before it became a television show.
Oh,
then
for real?
Yeah, it was a video game first.
Oh, I did not know that. Are you really?
So you had to have
thirsty?
clues. Yeah,
you drink it on air.
Yeah, you had to have clues to figure out where in the world. So you would say Carmen San Diego was in.
Where's Waldo? Like where's Waldo?
Something like where's Waldo. It was something like that. So it was kind of like that. So it was like, it was a different time. There he is. Look who just joined us for the show. Welcome, Jefferson.
Hey everybody. Sorry I'm late. That's just who I am as a person.
Okay.
Okay, he put it out there.
That's just who you are as a person.
As a person.
In general.
In general.
Okay.
Plus, I had to pee. Yeah, have to pee so bad you can taste it.
No,
not tasting. Yeah, I felt it in my stomach, on my chest, felt it in my butt, on my legs, but never tasted. No, I never tasted.
Let me tell you something. These two guys, when they gotta go, they gotta go.
It's a family trait. We have realized this now. It's a family trait. When you gotta go pee.
What is right?
Well, we gotta pee. We gotta go pee.
Pablo. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a family trait.
Dwayne's is so mad when I call him. I'm like, we need to stop again.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You gotta go.
Yeah.
I like you can't even hold it for 1 second.
No, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Nope, right now.
It just jumps out ready. Gotta go.
What's wrong with you?
It's the bathroom. So
the bathroom.
I heard y'all talking about
the bathroom.
The bathroom.
Bathroom.
Yeah.
The bathroom.
No.
Take the H.
Okay. Bathroom.
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 The restroom.
Room.
Okay, there you go.
Well, we call the bathroom. Bathroom.
He say the bathroom.
Bathroom.
I'm like, there's no such thing as a bathroom.
Yes, it is.
It's a bathroom.
Why do they call it a restroom?
Because you're resting in the room.
Are you really? Are you really resting, or are you relieving yourself?
You're resting.
You're resting in there? Is that what you do?
You're resting to be able to release.
You're releasing your rest.
Resting.
What's left? What the rest of what's left in you?
Whatever.
That's what you're doing. You're releasing what's left of the rest of you.
Dwayne Clark Jr.
Y'all got Carmen San Diego.
That's what I was saying. So we were talking about Rachel's birthday, and it said the kids nowadays is different when it comes to electronics and stuff like that. So I said our first computer was a Commodore 64 we had, which the cassette tape. But I was talking about Carmen with the games like Oregon Trail and Where in the World is Carmen San Diego. I was like telling Shantae it was a video game before it was a TV show.
Yeah, I love the show. I used to
not know that
because you learned it was an educational show.
I did not know that was a video game first.
Well, you knew the show. You knew the show though.
Yeah, I knew the show.
I love the show.
Yeah, because they had the ladies say, "Carmen, where you headed to now?"
Yeah,
and then they would give facts about where she is in the world, like if she's in Spain. Did you know in Spain?
Very educational.
Yeah, very educational. But it was a good show.
They had so many educational shows back then. I'm just trying to figure out, like, if we tried to make an educational show, you think it would go over?
No.
I mean, it depends on how you put it together, though.
It depends. Do kids watch educational shows now? They're like, okay, what are the Sesame Street? Do they watch? Is Sesame Street still as big as it used to be?
Is it still on?
Yeah, Sesame Street's on. Sesame Street celebrating, I think, 60 years. I think.
PBS? Is it on PBS?
Yeah, PBS. Yeah, I think it celebrates like 60 years because like some of the big names like Megan Thee Stallion been on Sesame Street.
When is it on? Like
during the daytime when kids are watching.
Yeah, in the morning, afternoon time.
Listen, it ain't coming on at prime time. Okay, so it's on, during the time when parents are working.
Yes.
When the kids that don't go to school.
Yeah.
No, like when they at homeschool daycare or something like that.
Yeah. And they got the other stuff, like I guess Blues Clues came back. That was one that was back in there for
I
kids.
like Blues Clues.
They came back with a new, but I don't even know. Like all of the other, they canceled. What's the kid that Caillou? That one got canceled. I heard they got canceled.
Caillou was so annoying. and my daughter used to love freaking Caillou.
I think it was Peppa Pig though.
No, she liked Caillou.
Yes.
Because remember that was when she was first born, and she was like Caillou. She couldn't say anything else. Caillou. We'd be like, okay.
What's the other one? Is it Coca Melon?
That's a newer one.
Is that a new one?
That's a newer one. I've never seen that. I haven't seen that. I heard it's a I see those things on social media where people go Coco Melon, and the kids stop and just look.
They run. So
and they run to it. Yeah.
Love it.
Like you just hear the words Coco whatever Coco Melon, and the kids just stop what they're doing and they go run towards TV.
Oh, Robert said the lady from Lean on Me was on Carmen San Diego.
She was the vice principal.
She was on.
No, she wasn't the vice principal. She was the mother. She was a mother.
No, she was a mother. She was a.
She wasn't the vice principal because the vice principal was the other lady.
How do y'all remember?
She was somebody. She hated Mr. Clark.
Yeah.
She was like somebody on the school board.
Yeah.
Why does everybody?
Oh yeah, she was late on school board. Yeah, she was on school board.
Why does everybody remember every single piece of Carmen San Diego?
Because it's classics.
And the singing group that was on there was that a cappella group. Was it called acapella?
That was called acapella. The group that was in the bathroom.
I used to love that show. Yeah.
Oh my god! I never watched that much TV. I didn't know all the characters.
And they say TV raised me. That's why I'm an entertainment TV. I love TV. Living in the matrix. So okay, let's get into some topics because we got so much going on, so much entertainment. I think a lot of our stuff is going to revolve around sports, but it's not going to be sports related. It's going to be more sports controversies and scandals.
Okay. Oh. Are we going to touch on Shaka?
We'll touch on him in a minute, but let's go into the first one. Let's talk about the coach. I can't pronounce the name. Jeff, can you pronounce the name? The coach for the Boston Celtics?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah.
Say it again.
You don't have a clue. She don't have a clue. So the story goes, the coach, he's a Nigerian guy. He's a first-year coach of the Boston Celtics who has been engaged to actress Nia Long for 11 years.
And they have
two kids together.
That already tells you something.
So the scandal is, if you haven't heard, they want to suspend him for having an intimate relationship with a staff member, which it was consensual. Mm-hmm. Consensual. So I guess it's a code of conduct. So what happens
to her?
And that's what people are saying. What's happening to her? Her name's not even been released. They just talking about he had a consensual, sexual, intimate relationship with a staff member on the Boston Celtics, and as a violation of some ethics or something for the league.
It's fraternization.
And so he's gonna go. So he may get suspended for the whole year as a coach.
Man, Barkley was rooting for them too.
But I'm saying this, I think it's BS. I say that has nothing to do with the team. He had a relationship that was consensual.
I mean,
he didn't rape no, he didn't know. They both said, "Hey, we want to get together."
It's a morality clause.
You can't fraternize.
But this is why.
But you were
it would be different if he was married.
Correct.
But you engaged, which means nothing. Because my mama said you single till you married.
Okay.
Okay, so engaged means nothing. That means you still fielding applications.
But they had two kids together.
What that mean? She a baby mama at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to understand the logic.
I don't think that's why he's not in trouble because of that. It's just.
Is it because they didn't disclose it?
It's Nia Long.
Is it because they didn't disclose it?
Disclose what?
Disclose the relationship.
I don't know. They didn't say that.
You just can't. I mean, in most workplaces, well, a lot of workplaces, you can't fraternize.
Yeah, and that's wrong. I think that's wrong.
I mean, in a lot you can. I'm saying some you can,
but you have to disclose the relationship, and it can't be like a supervisor to a direct,
not your chain of command,
right? To your direct subordinate, right?
Yeah. Unless you quit,
right?
Because I know in the military you can't do that unless they
right. Sign a waiver or something.
Huh?
You gotta sign a waiver.
Yeah, you have to take it to HR.
Yeah, you have. There's a bunch of stuff you have to do. Because I've known people to actually get married but they had to do something to where it was okay. But yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't. Yeah, I don't.
They going ham on online. What?
Yeah, they're asking. I don't agree. You're crazy talking about engagement. Don't mean nothing.
Shantae, crazy talking.
Lulu said engagement don't mean nothing.
Get out of here.
Don't mean nothing.
And then Robin trying to understand why they wait so long. Why so long?
That's what I'm saying. That didn't mean nothing.
She lives in LA now. He lives in Boston. You know, he's been a basketball coach all over the league. So it's like
maybe she was waiting for him to get his money up. She was like, "Man, I'm famous, so
I've been doing this a long time."
On my level.
But she had a baby. She got an 11-year-old kid with him.
Oh well.
So
how they been together for 11 years and they got an 11-year-old kid?
They had a kid before she got married, before she got engaged. But then they played with Linda Radio. They had an interview with her talking about marriage. It's like marriage is I don't understand marriage or ownership. This is Nia Long talking about marriage is like an ownership before God. Like you got a partnership. Yeah, that's what she didn't really believe in the marriage part.
An ownership?
Yeah.
Oh.
You own me?
That's what she thinks. That's how she thinks.
Oh. Well, maybe he was trying to marry her. She was like, "No, we need to wait."
Yeah.
Interesting.
And now he's like, "Well."
And the plot thickens.
And the plot thick correct.
And the plot thickens.
Correct. And that's the thing that's going. So they better not think it's giving him a few game suspension. That's it. Because this happened before with like I think with an owner and somebody who was like working in the office. So that happened before. So it's happened before. But our thing is, if you're he's not single, but if you're single and you're working in an environment with somebody, as they say, you have work wife, home wife. But it's like if you're a single person,
what now?
I don't go to the office, so I don't have no work wife. But
you had one when you was going into the office. I ain't never had no work husband. No, we ain't doing
that. As they say that, and you got office, but you're okay if you're single and you're working hard at your job, trying to get up the ladder and whatnot. I don't see what's wrong with you dating another single person in your office.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
It was going.
I think it's fact.
Robin said she had a work hubby.
We know he was batting for the other team.
So that's not a work hubby then.
He was a work best friend.
There you go.
He's about from the alphabet community.
There you go. Okay, let's Shantae. You trying to get in trouble?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm trying to be as politically correct as possible.
Okay.
So I guess I guess being a head coach, maybe he's in a different position. I guess the fact that he's a head coach.
So if he was like an assistant coach, it would be cool.
No, if he was a team equipment manager.
If he was just a mascot, he'd be
supervisor or something like that.
Right.
The towel coordinator.
If he was a child boy, it'd be straight.
Yeah,
maybe
the Gatorade supervisor. You know,
be straight.
Yeah.
If he was just an innocent bystander,
yeah,
be straight.
I guess so. That's one sports subject.
Poor Nene. But if she don't care, she don't care. I mean,
well,
she probably hurt.
She might be hurt, but she's not making no statement because ain't nobody said nothing. You know,
she probably hurt, and she probably like, "Why are you trying to air me out?" Maybe she knew.
Maybe she knew. Maybe they had an open relationship. That's why they engaged.
Listen. Maybe they was like, your boy.
Who's your boy?
Your boy and Jada.
That was never confirmed.
Maybe,
they had entanglements.
Maybe that was both of their girlfriends.
Oh, you don't know.
Maybe that's why she ain't saying nothing.
There you go.
Oh, we got caught, man. They caught us.
That's why she ain't saying nothing.
They caught both of us.
Nah. So, all right. So another sports story is going around the net. Everybody's talking about the Brett Favre situation. Mm-hmm. So Brett Favre received $5 million during COVID for a speech that he never made. The money was allocated to a food program in Mississippi that the governor dished out to his friends and family, or he dished out to people. So the problem with the thing now, everybody on social media is going crazy, especially Black Twitter, is saying that they talk more about Jameis Winston crab legs and Mike Vick dog fighting than they're talking about the Brett Favre situation. So my thing is, I'm not see, I got a different view of it. I don't think they need to really talk about the Brett Favre because when they were talking about the Michael Vick situation, Michael Vick was still playing. He got in trouble as a player And that's why it was constant news, because he was the year before, he was like the top quarterback in the league doing all these yards. And then the next year, he's in trouble for dogfighting. Jameis Winston was the number one recruit out of college, and he got caught for stealing crab legs. Brett Favre has been retired for 10 years. He's nowhere near the NFL, so Sports Center don't need to talk about it. The news need to talk about it, but I don't believe the sports need to talk about it because he has nothing to do with sports right now.
Again, he's got a good publicist. Maybe he's trying to make a comeback.
So everybody's saying it's racist.
Maybe
that they're not talking about.
Maybe he's trying to make a comeback. You don't know what that man's trying to do.
He like 73 years old.
He probably trying to get on Sports Center.
So he's still, and they say he's stealing money from the poorest state in the country.
Oh yeah, Mississippi.
I didn't know Mississippi was that poor. I didn't know. They say they kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, sports needs to talk about it. Why, Lulu? I know that song. What's name behind you talking about it? Oh no, they say something. I know you say why do sports need to talk about it? Because he's been retired. He's not in sports anymore. You can't compare it to Vic and Jameis Winston because, like I said, they were actually playing at the time. They were in the midst of their careers. He's been out and he did this after his career is over. So why they need to talk about sports? Shantae's irritated by this subject because I'm talking about sports again. Not me, Dante. Okay, Lulu, go ahead.
Yeah,
tell me why.
Give Lulu some credit, damn it.
Yeah, I can't add any additional comments for this.
Okay.
I'm trying, but you just kept going, and I'm like, you lost me.
All right. Final sports talk. We're gonna talk about the owner of the Phoenix Suns and the Mercury got caught. White dude got caught saying the N-word and being misogynistic. He's an owner, majority owner, so he has decided to go.
Yeah.
They would if a black man messed up and he was retired. They would? Would they? Would they? They may not. I don't know.
She's saying it ain't racist.
She's saying it is racist.
Okay.
Because Brett Favre, they not going to talk about Brett Favre.
Let me stop because I don't want to bring you back to that topic.
So the owner of the teams was suspended for a year for being hostile work environment, misogynistic, and now he decides to say, you know what, I'm just going to sell the teams and get out. Sell both the teams. So is he getting out scot-free or should he need to be punished more? Because he's selling teams. He's just going to make... He caught him selling the N-word and doing this.
They only
what are we punishing him for exactly?
They said hostile work environment.
He said the N-word.
They said he said the N-word, but he didn't say it in a derogatory form. So they really didn't say.
Like,
so I think he was saying,
yeah.
So I think he said that, or he might have said it like doing a song or something like. Because they said he wasn't directing it towards nobody or saying derogatory, but he did say it.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know. Oh, that's weird. He's selling it though. I guess I guess he's figured he'd sell it that way because he knows they're probably gonna try to come back with a bigger punishment. So
because everybody's protesting.
Yes, let me just go and get out of here and sell it.
Yeah. Okay.
Shantae, what would you like to talk about today? Because you're very uninterested in some of these topics that are scandalous.
Mean, you know, I'm with you. I just don't like ramble on about it. Like once you make the point, like move to the next topic. Well, I'm good.
All right.
I want to talk about Yeezy, and I want to talk about something else.
All right.
I want to talk about Shaka. I want to talk about people I know about.
So sports is we're done with the sports segment. So Yeezy did an interview.
Herschel. Let's talk about Herschel.
You said you want to stay away from politics.
Herschel.
You said you want to stay away from politics on this show. Now the Herschel's on it. You want to talk about Herschel?
I'm saying just a very small soundbite.
All right. So Herschel, okay. So for all who don't know, there is a election coming up.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker, ex-Georgia football player, is running against Reverend Dr. Raphael Warnock, if y'all don't know who I'm going with. And he finally agreed to one debate. But he's going into debate telling everybody, I'm not a smart man, so don't expect that much out of me from the debate.
Right. Tomfoolery.
So
all I
think,
want to know is who is the puppet behind you, Brett?
Hey, go ahead, tell your story because you told me we were talking about this. Tell him because if he's not a smart man, then go ahead and tell her how it is.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, if he's saying he's not a smart man, how you gonna represent me? All I'm saying is, where is the debate gonna be, so that I can please be in the crowd to ask my question? If you say you're not a smart man, how, pray tell, will you represent one? That's what I'm.
As soon as he said that, his thing started to drop. What you call it?
His poll numbers drop.
Right. Don't expect nothing from me. Oh, okay. That means somebody else behind you telling you what to say. You can't have no earpiece in your ear.
Yeah.
To debate.
Yeah.
You're done. You're toast.
He's
sweet cakes. He's not toast.
Oh, he's done.
Oh, okay. I mean,
the debate's done.
Like
I'm gonna be sitting in front of the debates with popcorn and Reese's and watching like it's a movie.
Where is it
like,
gonna be?
I think it's gonna be. I think this one's gonna be in Savannah. First one's in Savannah. There's two more. They're asking for one in Atlanta, one in Macon. He hasn't agreed on though, but he agreed on Savannah.
One in Atlanta because he's gonna get roasted.
The first one, he's gonna. No, I'm not doing this again.
No, after the first one.
I'm not.
Because the comedian just went out. I mean, when I showed that thing to Shantae, the comedian's like, Herschel Walker debating Dr. Reverend Raphael Warnock.
I can't wait.
When is the debate?
October 16th.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching that.
Check my calendar.
Let me make sure I don't got nothing scheduled.
That's on a Sunday.
Oh yeah, we'll be watching that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm about to record that if it's on during the game, but I'm going to see that. That's gonna be.
I don't think it's gonna be during the game.
Yeah, it's gonna be because he did it on purpose that way. He accepted that one because he know most people will be watching football.
Oh no, we gonna we gonna watch the debate.
I got a DVR.
Oh, he is hilarious. So, Kanye West is back in the news. He just did an interview with Good Morning America,
which I just was watching.
Yes, he just did an interview with Good Morning America, and he did apologize to Kim.
Oh,
he apologized for the way he treated her with the situation with the kids. He felt he was a little bit harsh and rough.
Okay.
But he is trying to get out of his Gap deal and his Adidas deal.
Well, Gap already let him go.
Yeah, Gap changed marketing and everything already.
Yeah, he didn't apologize to what do you call it, Pete Davidson.
No,
but the thing is, I was
bullying
just
him
watching it
he
now.
Bullied him, yeah.
But he said, he feels like. Let me see, how can I explain this in a way that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
He said he felt like he don't have a voice. Like he felt like he didn't have a voice
with the kids.
He didn't have a voice with Gap, and he didn't have a voice with Adidas.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was all parallel situations happening to him at the same time.
So he spazzed out on everybody.
So he spazzed out on pretty much everybody because he wanted the kids to go to Donda,
his non-accredited school,
and they wanted them to go to Malibu,
a private school, accredited private school.
Right. So he mad. So the lady was like, "Well, what's your school all about?" He kind of danced around it. Well, it's a school for gospel. Like, what does that mean exactly? So he said the kids be in there singing. They learn trades like carpentry. He said,
what do they get in education?
He said that they learn how to do something with the crops. I was like, what?
That sounds fun.
He sound like he have a cold.
Sound like people sending their kids because they want to meet Kanye. They not like a LeBron school. They send their kids to the school so they can meet Kanye and say, "Oh, maybe Kanye give me a record deal if my kid go to school."
Well, I'm sure it's very expensive. Then he turned around and said, he wished he could give his Yeezys away for free. I was like, no, you don't. Them shoes cost $1,000. If you was trying to give them away for free, they would cost $20. You a lie.
That is correct. That is correct. He's saying, the company is making money production. If you wanted to sell your shoes at a certain price, be like Shaq. Shaq said his famous story. He said when he was playing the NBA and his shoes were at Reebok, and the shoes were going for whatever, $100, $200. He said a lady on the street said, "Man, my kids love you, Shaq, but we can't afford to get your shoes because they're too expensive."
Yeah.
Shaq said, as a businessman, he bought himself out of his Reebok contract and made a deal with Payless. And all his shoes were $29.99, $39.99. Number one selling shoe in Payless.
Did not know that. Interesting.
Yes. Payless and Walmart.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's dope.
So,
but I always felt like Shaq was a
yeah.
pretty good businessman. He's made a lot of good business deals over the years.
Yeah. Another story in Shaq. I was planning on talking to Shaq about Shaq, but he did say a story. He did say that he was in he's doing a lot of business deals as a businessman with his lawyers, and they not talking to him, even though he's the one with the money. He's the one in the room, but they're talking to his lawyers, the ones with the master's degrees and the law degrees. So
yeah, because I'm sure they feel like they speak the same language, and a lot of the times, you don't get respected as a business person until you the one saying, no, you need to talk to me. You're not going to even have this deal if you don't have a conversation with me.
Yeah, right.
So are you ready to blow this deal, or are you ready to negotiate?
Shaq didn't do that. He didn't do that. He said to himself, he said, okay, well, they want a master's degree. I'm going to go get me a master. He graduated from LSU. So he went back. He actually went back after because he left college early. He went back and ended up getting his degree from LSU.
Right.
And then he said he called University of Phoenix. He had a sponsorship deal with them. And he said, well, I want to get my master's degree, but I don't want to do it online. I want to do it in class.
Right.
He said, Shaq, we don't do classes. We don't do classes. Well, I want to do a class. He said, well, we have to do it with 15 more people. We have to do it with like 16 people.
Dang,
we can't do it with just one person.
Where was I when this happened?
So Shaq said, okay. He found 15 of his friends and paid for them to get their master's degree in class with him.
Dude, where was I?
For the University of Phoenix.
I could have used.
And I think he did it right. He did it right down the street from here. Right there in the University of Phoenix office, right off of 285 and 75.
Yeah.
I would have went
because he was living here.
Yeah, they're strictly online. They don't have
no classes.
School, not even in Phoenix.
All these things they based out of Phoenix.
Really? Really?
All these things they based out of Phoenix.
Really?
Oh man.
So
I could not do online classes to save my life.
I tried it. It was very difficult. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah,
well, I think it was difficult because I was married and had Rachel. So it was
their fault.
No. No.
Basically, she don't blame her.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's that, like, okay, so when you have a family, you can't just spend all your time being focused on studying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot harder. So when I got my degree, I was single.
Yeah.
So when I had to spend hours and hours and hours in reading, writing papers and stuff like that, I didn't have anything pulling my focus.
Yeah.
And so it's just a lot harder to focus, when you have other competing priorities.
Yeah. And it's too much freedom. That was too much freedom for me.
Mine wasn't even about the freedom. It was just like a lot for me to try to consume that amount of knowledge and still kind of have because Rachel was young when I was trying to do online. And so, it was just a different time back then.
Yeah.
I might be a little bit more focused now that she's older.
Oh, I won't be. I was too free. I was like, yeah, I'll get it. I'll do it tomorrow night. And then I'll get tomorrow. I got time. And then I fail. I cannot do this. And then when I sat down and tried to do it, I couldn't navigate through it. I said, I cannot do it.
Well, I think if it's important enough, like if whatever the concept is like something that you need to know to like move something that you're doing in the present moment forward, I think it would be easier.
No, okay.
So like if you were trying to go and get your marketing degree, right? You know that you have a business, and with your business you try to market yourself, so that might be like important information to you at this moment. Okay. So then you might be a little bit more focused. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Gotcha.
But if it's just like a random degree, like I'm just going to get my degree in general studies, general studies, then it's kind of like, okay,
studies.
I don't really need
Like,
this.
what is that for? Just general stuff.
Just general
stuff.
studies.
Just to say I have a bachelor's degree.
Just general.
Okay.
I got my degree in general studies.
Yeah, I got math. I did advanced math and biology.
Yeah.
There you go.
Advanced
like,
math? Okay.
Like, I'm good.
All right, let's talk about Mr. Shaka Zulu. For all who do not know, Shaka Zulu is Ludacris's longtime manager and business partner. We
met him one time.
Yes, we did. We met a couple times.
At the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, we met him a couple of times.
Yeah.
Well,
I've known him since before I was when
gotta rub it in.
when Ludacris was just getting started, when he was doing the first
Super
album.
Nice guy.
He was a nice guy. So he was shot outside his restaurant a month ago, and he's just been recently charged with murder.
Yeah.
He's been recently charged with murder for defending himself. So the purpose of this story is to say there's a video been released by TMZ and on social media, and a lot of Atlanta stars and famous people are posting videos on social media, and they're using the hashtag I stand with Shaka Zulu. Because everybody who knows him knows he's not that violent, that type of person to go out and cause violence or murder somebody just because.
Right.
And if you take a look at the video, the surveillance video, which I've seen on social media and on TMZ, which got a better view of it, and I heard an interview from his lawyers on the radio earlier, he's being attacked by 4 men. He's being pummeled on the floor, on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You see video footage of one guy getting the gun before they even start beating them up. So they had intent to shoot him in the first place.
Yeah.
You saw parts where one of the guys knocked out his female assistant who was trying to get the guys off of him.
I hate to see that.
Yeah, you saw that part. They knocked out his female assistant. She was trying to get 4 guys off of one man who was in his 50s, and these guys are at least in their 30s. 4 of them beat him up. So he fires, shoots one, and kills one, and the one that shot him is not even being looked for or charged. Yeah. So as I do, I stand with him too. I was like, I saw the video, and knowing the person that I know, he's not that type of person, Yeah. So it's like, why are you charging him with all the evidence? Even his lawyers saying, why are you charging him with murder? And money. It just makes no sense.
It's a money grab by the people's family, I believe.
They pressured the police to charge him murder because he shot and killed somebody.
And he's got money, so they want to sue him and then probably get punitive damages.
Yeah, once he gets convicted, and then they say, "Oh, we're going to have a civil suit against him."
I don't think they have nothing to do with the DA. The DA makes the decision.
Correct. The police officer,
The they do it based on evidence, and so they probably do have evidence that the gunshot wound was from his gun.
Which he said he cooperated and stayed on the scene. Well, he got to go to the hospital because he couldn't stay on scene because he got shot himself.
Yeah. But so the question is are they going to let him off with self-defense?
They should.
And if they don't, they would be crazy.
Because Georgia's a stand your ground state.
Yeah. We gonna pitch a fit.
You can't sit there and
tell Black me, Twitter.
Yeah, tell me I can have a gun and defend myself, and then when I do, I got to worry about being convicted of murder now. Like, wait a minute.
Right.
But let me ask this question, you guys, and you might know, you might not know. So he's been charged with murder, and I didn't read the full story. So the police can charge you with a crime.
Yeah.
But that's not saying that the prosecutor has indicted him on anything. Has that been said? So it's like, I know the prosecutor, he's been indicted on this crime, so that means he's going to trial. So the police can charge you, but the prosecutor may say, evidence doesn't show this as something, so I'm not prosecuting him because he didn't do it. But the police can charge you and give you a record, but then the prosecutor say, oh, well, I'm not going to court with this because it's self-defense.
Look over the evidence and be like, all right, the charges are being
so that could happen in this case right now because he has his lawyers.
If we know his real name, he was arrested in Fulton County.
Yeah.
You can always look it up.
No, Shaka Zulu is his real name.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's his real name. His real name is Shaka Zulu.
Wow. Amazing.
His parents their name is Shaka
Zulu.
Wow. Really? I didn't know that.
No, I'm sorry. His last name is Dixon.
I was getting ready to say I am pretty sure.
I'm messing with y'all. Well, his brother's Jeff Dixon.
I am pretty sure that is not his real name.
That's what he goes by. I think that he might have changed the name, but don't give me the lie.
Hold on.
Don't get me to lie. But
hold up.
So is it, so I guess my thing is because I'm not into the legal thing like that. So the police have charged him, but the prosecutor probably hasn't indicted him or charged him with anything yet.
Yeah, I don't think
so. His lawyers are just there fighting, waiting for the prosecutor to come say, okay, well, we're not moving forward with this case because he's self-defense.
Yeah.
So I think that's what he's looking for and waiting, because I think that's what they're waiting on.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thoughts?
I'm trying to find out this man's real name. I'm like, what? Anyways, yeah. So I'm with you. I stand with him because I feel like it's increasingly tragic. They beat him up because they couldn't get in. I don't know if it was that they couldn't get into the club.
I think it was a promoter and situation with money or a discrepancy. There's a whole bunch of stories out there.
But it wasn't anything that dignified, number one, the brutal beating, because see what happens with people is they're scarred.
Yeah.
So it's not just like this happened and it's gonna go away. He was shot. That's traumatic.
Correct.
He's never going to be the same again.
He has a scar for that.
And now knowing, even though he defended himself, to take another person's life,
he has to live with that.
Forever changed. Like this situation has forever changed him. He will never be the same.
Yeah.
I don't never want to shoot nobody.
Right.
I don't want to do it.
Right.
If I have to, I probably might, but I don't want to do it.
Right. Yeah. You are forever changed.
Right.
So I am just, this situation is just devastating all around for the kid's family who had to endure losing their son. I'm sure that the guy at the heart of the matter was good when things like that snap off. Sometimes it's peer pressure. Yeah. Sometimes it's, groupthink, which, I talk about that all the time at work. It's like one person feels a certain way and then everybody kind of huddles around this negativity. And it's like that one person is fueling the minds of like 5 or 6 people. It happens so often. The groupthink, y'all ought to look that up, because I learned about that a long time ago, and I was like, I stand on my own. That's why I like people who have their own individual ideas and thoughts. Don't be a yes person to me. Like, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, say that. Like, don't agree with me just to be agreeing with me. I can't stand yes people. And I feel like in this situation, this little boy lost his life because of groupthink. And now you ruining a man's life. He worked all his life to get to where he is. And so even once he has been proven innocent, which he will be,
yes,
that still is going to affect business deals that he may have, that people be like, oh, he killed somebody, he's charged for this. You just don't know how that's going to trickle down and affect his other things that he has worked all his life to get. It's really so sad.
It really is. Really is.
Yeah.
Robin said his name was Ahmed Bofemi. Obofemi. So Ahmed Obofemi is his real name.
That's why I'm like, I'm pretty sure his real name is not Shaka.
Yes. And you know what sucks is one of the guys is probably like, he talked to us, hey man, I need to go holler at Shaka Zulu. Why don't y'all come with me, man, and watch my back? And then got one of the boys killed because he was out there just trying to flex. And he did.
Be ignorant.
Come on, man.
Be ignorant. Because you wanted the gang jumped on somebody about something when he's trying
that could have been resolved.
Yeah. And from what the lawyer said, Ridley said Shaka was trying to diffuse the situation, and the guys jumped in on him.
Yeah. Because
he was hamming one dude up, thought he had a gun, and the witness said, Shaka, man, don't pull that gun. Yeah. And he was like, just chill. Yeah. And then everybody else jumped in. So that is the situation that's going on. Keep an eye on that story, because this is an ongoing story. We may be talking about this again, people. So ongoing story. So with a minute pass, I want to get to this funny story, and I want to ask Shantae this. Shantae, We couldn't have another baby. Is your mama gonna carry the baby for us?
No. My mother's in menopause.
So Utah mom is 56-year-old, is carrying her son's child.
Interesting.
So a
That's
family
like me
in Utah.
asking your mom to carry the baby.
I think she way past menopause. So quick story. A guy Jeff is and his wife wanted to have their 5th child. They have 2 sets of twins. They had 2 sets of twins, and she had to have a life-saving hysterectomy.
There you go.
She had to have a life-saving hysterectomy. They wanted to have another baby.
They doing too much.
So his mother, volunteered to carry the baby at 56. So she had the green light from her doctor and said, oh, yeah, she's good. She can carry the baby. And she said, let's hurry up and do this before my menopause kicks in.
How old is she?
56. So in Utah, so she's carrying the baby. So that's going to be an interesting story to tell the child.
But the thing is,
Grandma held you in her belly while I couldn't.
And I mean, the thing is, you know, the pregnancies are geriatric because of the age of the egg, right? Not the vessel of the body.
Gotcha.
So if the woman was still young and they harvested the egg
before they even harvested,
right? She, the egg was probably still viable, and the lady was probably much younger, so the egg was probably much younger. So you know,
she's just a carrier.
She's just an incubator.
Yeah.
Basically.
So,
But the lady, 56, she says she hasn't been pregnant in over 26 years.
So she about to feel it.
And she decided at 56, I'll carry my kids, baby. So, question. Anybody y'all mama out there gonna carry somebody y'all baby for y'all?
I say, they might.
They'll do it. If it's possible, they gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah.
You got stubborn sister, so you said you want to have baby. Hey, sis, carry my baby for me.
Where's Tiffany at?
Tiffany. Don't go there.
Y'all got issues.
Don't go there.
Robin, what you talking about? Hell no. So me and Shante asked you carry our next baby. You ain't gonna carry the baby, Robin?
Don't go there.
Because they pay how much surrogates is paid like $50,000-$60,000 depending on the baby. Yeah, depending on the baby they carry. Anywhere from 10 to 20. That's a business.
Don't go there.
Yeah, surrogates. There are people who have jobs just as surrogates. They carry babies all the time.
Pop them out.
And pop them out. 20,000, 20 G's, 30 G's.
30 G's and just carry somebody else's baby. Don't have
they pay for the boarding, the food, the this, the that. And they body just bounce right back. A lot of times those young girls do it.
Sometimes if they have millionaires, they might get 50, 60, 100,000 to carry the babies. So, but that's our show for tonight. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us every Thursday night. I haven't seen everybody tonight, but I appreciate all y'all that hanging out with us and all y'all on the replay. Catch us on the replay tomorrow because our views are still going up.
We have 4 viewers on.
Nothing can stop me. I'm on the way up.
Thank you, Shante.
Oh, that's probably me.
Okay.
I'm one of the viewers.
Bye.
Bye.
So catch y'all, same bat channel, same bat time next Thursday.
Can't even get it. Bye. Peace.
I'll holla at y'all. Peace. Talk to y'all later. And send a happy birthday to Rachel.